I'm right here. I'm just rolling up before I have to go back to the house. What's going on? I'm gonna roll a joint before I go to bed. I have to be at work tomorrow at 8. So I just wanted to chill for a little bit. This guy was telling me that this tattoo parlor is like open based off of. So basically, this tattoo parlor right here where I'm at, um, it opens like I think an hour before lunch. So like it opens like right. No, I would say it opens like right at like 11, 12, like 11 and like 11 in the afternoon, I guess. So they open and then he closes it like right before 4. He's still there right now, but it's like you come in, you make an appointment throughout those hours, and then the rest of the time they're just closed. Like they're open, but they're closed. So like basically he could be open at any hour of the day doing a tattoo. But to order to come inside as a walk-in, you have to order to be a walk-in, you have to come in between 11 to 4, and you just walk in, and it's not even a walk-in. You're walking in to make an appointment, and you're talking to him about what you want, and then you set it up. And then you can come at any time of the day that you choose to where you could set it up, or wherever he's scheduled, he could schedule it around. And he's like, you want to come in at 8 at night? Do you want to come in at 10 at night? It just really depends on it really depends on you. I remember this fool. He's a big old tweaker. This won't be a heavy joint. I'm gonna smoke this joint and then I'm gonna go home after this. This dude right here, this dude's like almost 50 years old, practically dressing up like a little kid still. And these fools think they're gonna try to like come up in this fucking t-shirt store and be acting like they're gonna buy something. In reality, they're gonna try to steal something. They could try though. The motherfucker right there that's in that car next to it, he was the security guard right there. They don't know that though. People are fucking crazy, man. I hate that they have this barbershop right here, and the barbershop don't even open until 11 over here. I'm not gonna be live that long. I'm just live for right now. People want to come by, they can come by. If they want to hang out, I can hang out for a little bit. But if nobody comes and hangs out between the time I'm done with this shit, I'm gonna end it and go back to the spot. I'm just smoking right now because it's my last joint. Oh, I see why he stays open this late. He cashes people in. I want to go in there and see if I can win something. I have all these quarters. I highly doubt it. It'll take like a bunch of quarters to knock that. And it is like $15, $75. You ever seen those machines where like they put money in it and you put quarters in it and it moves the quarters around little by little? He ought to put more than that in there. Because in reality, you put something in there close to the edge, it's gonna take several quarters to even get it over that edge. A lot of the time it won't. Put it in the middle, it'll take fucking a month practically. And not really a month, it'll take a lot of quarters. What's going on, Manifold? I mean, everything's cool right now. I had got off for I went to eat dinner with my youngest kid at some Mexican restaurant. I gotta fucking make an appointment with my doctor and fucking get more medication. And I gotta fucking talk to him. I need to get some shit checked out, man. I've been avoiding it because I've been fucking busy, but now that I'm not that busy, I mean, I'm busy still, but now that I'm situated a little bit, now that I'm situated, I need to fucking I got a car now. Now I gotta fucking start handling these appointments. Well, it's just my anxiety level. I've learned how to deal with it. I learned how to control it, but it's just I when I feel like something's wrong with me, I start to trip out. Back then, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Back then, like I wouldn't say back then, about a year or so ago, I remember I used to piss off a few people because they hate it when I would call the ambulance on myself. They would get mad as hell at me. And I called the ambulance because I feel like I'm having a heart attack and shit. And then when the paramedics get to me and they talk to me, the paramedics give me that look or give me that feeling like, let me tell you something, man. If I'm gonna tell you what's what, and I'm gonna tell you that everything you're saying has nothing to do with a heart attack. Everything you're saying. That day when I was partying with Billy and when I went in the ambulance, I was drinking and I was smoking. And my heart started racing. All I did was take one hit. My heart started racing real bad. And I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. But by the time the ambulance came to me, they asked me questions and they were like, you smoked weed today, you were drinking. Okay, well when you smoke weed, your heart will race. When you drink, your heart will race. It happens when and I tell myself, yeah, when I was young, it was different though, because like when I was young, when I did drugs and when I did anything, I never really paid attention to my heart like that. I think I was paying attention to everything else. But then now that I got older, I didn't care about a lot of the things. So then I started paying attention to myself. People I knew that were dying young. Then you look into it and you realize, okay, I understand why they died. It's not just because it happened. Um, my kid's uncle, that my kid's mom's brother, he's younger than me, died. But the reason why he died from a heart attack was because he, like, fuck, dude, his whole life he just drank, 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 drank. He drank to get drunk. He was a big time alcoholic, and he would drink hard liquor. And he got bad situation happen. He had a bunch of fucked up things. A lot of things came into play where he was just completely fucked. All he had to do was just stay healthy. Like, I don't know if he was going through a depression, but all he had to do was just stay healthy. He didn't have to do anything else but stay healthy. But everybody has a choice. And it sucks because that guy, he wasn't just some fucking punk. Like that dude right there could have been something, man. It makes you question yourself. Like, this guy was in AP or whatever the fuck type of gate classes. Like, he was real smart, really smart guy, very fucking highly intelligent. It's just he loved drinking. He loved getting high. I like getting high, but I don't drink to get drunk. I did it a couple of times, and I wouldn't do it again. I drink to get a buzz, but I don't drink to get drunk. And when I smoked cigarettes, I didn't smoke cigarettes to smoke them. I smoked menthol cigarettes because I wanted to feel the way that they made me feel. But I didn't smoke them probably like the right way. I smoked them basically just for fucking just because I didn't smoke weed. No, I'm a lot. Meaning, I'm not gonna lie. I'm way more different compared to like the for instance I was on here. Like there's things that had happened on with me within the past couple of years, within last year to this year. I could have done more. I could have done way more like fucked up shit to certain people just because like of things just because I feel like I've been disrespected. But I did like I just deep down I knew I couldn't hurt that person no matter how much, but I fucking like just couldn't help it anymore. Like I fucking just gave in, and I couldn't because I was just so angry, and I didn't know how to. I didn't know what to do to stop that fucking. I didn't know what to do to stop myself from fucking just being that. I was really angry, and I allowed some fucking idiot old man to fucking manipulate me, and I honestly would have never allowed that to happen. But I would think it's just because that person caught me in a different time where it was like I could have it could have been like he just got lucky. And I always regret it. But I more I regret it the more I don't want to ever do it. So that's why like now when somebody like say if somebody comes and tells me something, I have a choice to look at what they're telling me to see what it is, or I could just push it off. Most of the time I would push it off. And then there was that time where I couldn't because I'm already like I'm kind of like in a on the edge, but because of other things going on, and that's enough to make me not put it on. That's like where I'll like whatever or brush it off. It's like okay, let me see what's going on, and then I take instantly like within matters of seconds of just seeing something written the wrong way. I'm already fucking pissed, and I have to constantly remind myself like what I could lose, what's at stake, who the person is to me. And then I have to remind myself how would I feel if I did something stupid. And that right there, that helps because as soon as I think about how I would feel about doing what I want to do, I don't want to do it and end up doing it. I don't bug about it. I don't like sit there and try to make a big deal about it. I always try to just tell myself that this is part of the game. The trolls versus me. The trolls on here will, use any weakness I have. And, and the crazy shit is because of my pride, I practically told these fools how to piss me off. I literally gave them, said, here's the blueprint. This is exactly what will get me mad. Go ahead and say it. And it's only because I want them to have balls to say it, and then they do. Because you realize this is the internet. They have balls because of that reason alone. I can't touch them. That shit right there alone, that shit right there makes me hella mad. Like I'm not kidding. That shit right there, that shit eats me up sometimes. I'll be sitting there be like, damn, I can't do nothing about it. So I have to always remind myself that this is the internet. Don't take it serious. Don't put too much into it. No matter how much it comes off like it looks like it would piss you off, just don't even just think about other things and try not to react because everything you've done that was bad to these people to people that you're supposed to care about. You know, like how it's always about how you feel at the end. Damn, it's starting to get cold over here. Going. Yeah, it's always about how you feel. Oh, forget that it's getting cold. The fucked up thing about my anxiety, uh, Manny, if you're listening, the fucked up thing about my anxiety is I know that I'm cold, and it's because it's cold out here. I know I'm cold, but when I shiver and shit, I start to like trip out, like if something bad's gonna happen and shit. But I learned how to deal with it by not putting it too much into it. I trip. I don't know. I always trip out. Like that's why I stopped getting high because I started tripping out. Ah, I started tripping out really bad. I used to get really paranoid, and like I said, I started tripping out really fucking bad, and I started to realize that it's not bad. It's just, you know, oh shit, forgot all about that shit. I just can't put too much into it. I can't like sit there and be like, oh my god. I always gotta always say that it's not that. It's something else. You just stop looking into it. Like I said, when I called the ambulance on myself, when I called the ambulance, I fucking what I do? Like they sat there and basically told me like how a heart attack would feel, and then I would say, okay, I don't feel like those at all. What I feel is just I feel like my heart. And that's it. I feel like little pain here and there from little things, but that has to. Then I start to realize, well, you've been doing a lot of things that obviously, you're kind of like, you're working and shit, and you're doing a lot of things that involve a lot of lifting. You're not stretching. You don't realize that, you're an older guy. So, like I said, when the paramedics sitting there telling me, like, "Hey, check this out," have you vomited anything yet? Is stomach hurting like a motherfucker? Is your chest hurting like a motherfucker? Is your arms, your shoulders, your neck hurting like a motherfucker? Are you sweating a lot? Are you cold sweat? What are you doing? I tell them I'm not doing any one of those things. Like the only thing that I was doing was just that my heart was racing and then I felt cold. And then they said that's what happens when you have anxiety. Bad anxiety is that your body starts to feel certain ways because your brain is telling you to make it feel that way. Your brain controls your body's feelings. That's basically what they're saying. But that's why it's like sit here and you're like either you're here or you're at work and you're stressed out, because you want things to be the way, you want to fix things, you want things to be a certain way. And it's not that way. And it's like you can be sad, you can be fucking miserable, you can be all mad about it, whatever. It don't matter how you fucking feel. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be doing their thing. And then they're not gonna be sitting there thinking about what you're doing. No. You think that they're gonna sit there and be like, oh my God, I wonder what Robert's doing right now. I wonder if he's okay. Much most of the time, it ain't gonna be that way at all. They're not gonna fucking sit there and be like, no, nah. They're gonna be doing their thing. One thing I learned from my grandpa, my grandma, was girls will always bounce back no matter what. I've seen it with my own eyes from my cousins, my aunts. I've learned from them. I sat there and said, girls always, the only ones that don't bounce back are the ones that, it's kind of weird because it's like a pattern. Um, this is the reason why I do have a lot of respect for the girls that I am. associated with, whether they like me or not, is because I don't think I have to worry about that. A lot of the girls have, what do they call it, integrity, or they have self respect. I don't think any girl that I know is a whore. Like I know in real life, and that I'm cool with. I mean, as far as on here, I obviously I don't have to name names because it's only obvious. But I'm not trying to put anybody down either. But anyways, yeah, it's just how it is, man. I just got to learn how to control everything and realize that if it was really that bad, it would be hurting a different way, not this way. So that's why I'm like, I don't know, I get like all fucking weird and shit, think something bad's gonna happen. And then I get to a point where I have to accept whatever happens regardless. You know what I mean? Don't be, just accept it. It happens, it happens. But everybody always says, oh, you're over dramatic about your house. I said, probably. I just gotta get out of my shit. Oh, I've barely seen that right now. Yeah, panic attack. I don't think I'm like suffering like that where I'm scared. I think I've learned to not like put too much into it. Normally, if I really have to, if I really feel a certain type of way, I'll just take a shower, hot, like really hot shower. I know people are like laughing right now because I said that, but that's what I'm saying. Like I do things to try to calm myself. Like even not that I smoke, and then I try not to smoke too much because that can also set it off too. When I'm regular, I'm good. I don't let nothing bother me. But when I'm high, I'm calm because of of stressed because I get stressed out about things like besides this. It's like, shit that I've been stressed about out, but like, with certain things going on in my life. But my stress level is kind of just it only lasts for so long where I sit there and be like, oh my God, what do you do? But now I'm probably in a decent place where I'm not thinking about that type of stuff anymore. Um, like I said, I'm just trying to just keep everything going. I'm enjoying the idea of what I'm doing with this channel, though, like coming live here and there, talking about sports more, talking about, whatever, as long as it's not always about the same fucking drama shit. I don't mind talking about drama. I don't care. I'm not saying that this is not a drama free place, but what I'm saying is that I'm not gonna sit here and have a repeat of every little step of the way. Like, no. I'll let other people do that. Oh fuck, I forgot all about that. Anyways, I'm gonna get the show on the road, fool, because I gotta get situated for tonight and go to bed and go to work tomorrow morning. Alright. I'll see all you motherfuckers later. This is just a quick thing I wanted to do before I go to bed. Now that I did it, I'm grateful. Well, first things first, then I'm gonna go stretch it off, man. It says that I can't turn it off. Hold on.